All right, guys, welcome back to Season 4 2025 recap. If you're new to the channel, I kind of go over what I thought of the series I ran and give you guys a look at what I plan on running in the upcoming season. So, we'll get started with the LMP3. We we lost 307 rating, and just the series alone. I didn't run very good. I'm not a big fan of the car, and it doesn't have anything. It took a while to get used to the positioning, I guess, right hand steering, but the suspension just it felt weird to me. I will say I had high expectations for this series. I like Formula cars. I was really looking forward to this series. My thought process was it was going to be very similar to a Formula car, just with fenders, but the suspension is completely different. Um, I did have plans to run this in the Sports Car Challenge, the multi-class series, but um, with the way that the car felt to me, I never felt confident. I kept waiting for one of the corners to kill me. Um, I had issues when racing this series, trying to do a crossover, eh, and it probably had something to do with the elevation change in the corner that I kept trying to do it in. But the car just wanted to kill me, wanted to spin. Coming up on slower cars and trying to do the same thing, exiting corners, I just don't feel comfortable. I don't feel confident. Um, this car was not what I was expecting. I will give the LMP2 and the GTP a go later in the IMSA series. I know there is an individual series for both of those cars, both of those classes. Um, but for the times that I run, they're not really that popular um, for my time zone, or my availability for those two series. So it'll have to wait until we get to the IMSA. But like I said, I had high expectations. I was really looking forward to running this car. It's just not for me. So we did finish in Division Two. Well, not finish, but we were running in Division Two. Somehow, I did finish 31st overall. Um, with how I ran, some races were good. A lot of the times, especially mid-season, the two races I got to run each week, I'd have one good to decent race and one very poor race. So I don't know how we really finished 31st overall, uh, but I'll take it. We finished top 100. We did finish 15th in Division 2, so that's not bad. But for a car that I was really looking forward to, uh, was kind of disappointed in it. So, yeah, and disappointment as well. We'll move on to the IndyCar Oval Series. This series here, we lost 303 rating. Again, this car was not as fun as I was expecting. Um, the majority of the tracks were all full throttle tracks. The only time you really had to lift is because of an aero push going into the corners. Phoenix, Darlington, those tracks were fun. Darlington, the exit of turn 4 killed me on both races. But Phoenix was a blast. Only got to run that once. Everything else, when you practice, is pretty much full throttle. You figure out your front roll bar, your rear roll bar, um, and then you've got your weight jacker to play with. To me, the car is very complicated. And I say that because of the adjustments, the in-car adjustments can ruin your race. In GT3, you've got like 3 different throttle maps. In this thing, you have 8. Supposedly, you can use throttle position 8 when you're under caution. You forget to turn it back down, and it's like throwing out a parachute. I found that out at Indy. Forgot to change the throttle map. So after that, I quit changing throttle map. Second race in Indy, because I didn't change throttle map, killed me. We ran the first half of the race over 50% of the race, made it over halfway through the race, and then on throttle map 1, which uses the most fuel, didn't change it the second half, thinking I'd have enough to make it. But again, I was running more up front with the group of cars I was running, and I ended up having to pit with like 1 or 2 laps to go. So the in-car adjustments can ruin your race. It's just, for my mind, it's too much to keep up with. This was another series I was really had high expectations for. Indycar is one of the reasons why I like Formula cars. Growing up, watching the Indy, um, the speed that they go just seemed like a lot of fun. So I was really looking forward to the Oval Series, and again, I was disappointed. But we finished 119th overall. Couldn't crack that top 100. We did finish 51st in my division, but didn't make the top 100 like I was hoping. I didn't have. I had some good finishes. I had some really good finishes at the end of the season, probably the last 3 weeks. But it was just one of those things where the majority of the tracks, I did good at Kansas, surprisingly. I did 1 race at the iRacing Super Speedway. We got lucky there, but another thing is, like when we were running some of the intermediate tracks, the 1.5-mile tracks, maybe it was the front and the rear anti-roll bars that I had wrong, but I had nobody in front of me, and I was running full throttle, and I couldn't catch the 2 guys battling for position ahead of me. So I don't, and that was with throttle position 1. I don't get it. Running full throttle, guys can still run off. They can be fighting with each other and still run off. Maybe they're better at playing the arrow. I don't know, but very frustrating this series was for me. A lot of fast guys in here, but just not for me. So our third series, we attempted the Super Formula Light Fix Series again. We only had 3 races. We finished, we ran Division 2. We finished 2015th overall and 392nd in my division. We did gain 15 I rating. We got 2 races in at Long Beach, I believe. 1 race, which was a disaster of a race at Hockenheimring in the rain. But I didn't get to run this very much as often as I would have liked. In the past, it's been popular on the channel, but one reason why I didn't run this is I've always focused on my 2 new series. And if I missed a day, something come up and I couldn't run that night, I'd push all our series back. And what that does is it causes this to fall off, the league race to fall off. And when you have 2 new series, like I did in the LMP3 and the Indy Oval Series, that I really didn't enjoy running at all. It seemed like small things that wouldn't have gotten in the way in the past, I let get in the way. So I didn't run that many races this season. So going forward, I am going to change up how I run my series, be a little more strict, I guess. So with that, we'll lead into what I plan on running in season 1 of 2026. So we are going to start off in the Sports Car Challenge in the Mercedes GT4, running the United Veterans Beacon House. This is the Open Series, multi-class. I'm not a big fan of multi-class. Yes, I do the special event races with my team. I'm just not a big fan of multi-class racing, but we're going to give this one a go. I have ran the fixed series a long time ago in the Aston Martin, but we're going to do the Open in the Mercedes. White with the blue and a little bit of gray chrome on here. So the way I'm going to change it up is this series I will run Mondays and Tuesdays only. If I miss a Monday or a Tuesday or both days, then that series just didn't get run that week. Hopefully with this strategy, it would allow me to run my third series more than I have been in the past. So the Sports Car Challenge, that's what we're going to start the week off with on Mondays and Tuesdays. And then for our second series, we are going to run the Indy NXT Road Series. We're going to run that, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Basically blue with white and a little bit of chrome on the red. This series will be run, the first few weeks will be run on Wednesdays and Thursdays. When the league series starts, January 8th, we're going to move this to Wednesdays and Fridays. And again, if I miss one or both of those days that week, then it just won't get run. So anyways, hopefully this will be a little bit more fun. It's a slower car than the Indy, but it does have push to pass, so that'll be new to us. So looking forward to that, at least getting back to a normal oval car or normal formula car, I guess. And then our third series is going to be, if I can find it, oh, I think it's down here. Our third series, no, it's up here somewhere. Give me time, I'll find it. Here it is. We're going to return to the F4 fixed series, not the regional. Yeah, not the regional. I was thinking it was a different paint scheme. Not the regional, but just the regular old fixed series. Anyways, for some reason I was thinking we were running a different paint scheme, but maybe we're not. So we're going to run this first few weeks of the season. We're going to run it on Fridays and Saturdays, and again, when the league starts up, this will be regulated to Saturday only. But by not pushing the other series back, hopefully I'll get more races running this. This series in the past has been even more popular than the Super Formula Lights. So I felt kind of bad with a series that actually ranked in my top 12 of average hours viewed on the channel. The Super Formula Lights ranked 11th, and I just didn't get the content out there like I wished I had. So that's one reason why I'm changing up how I'm running each series. So, like I said, first part of the week, this will be a Friday, Saturday race. And then after the first week of January, it'll be going down to just Saturday only, because on Thursdays, I'm planning on running more league races than I have in the past. And we will be running the Gary Sinise Foundation Chevy in that league race. So these will be Thursdays starting January 8th. But so that's what I plan on running. Hopefully I get more races in this coming season. I just have really struggled when I had two series that I wasn't a big fan of. GT4 could be good, could be bad, being the multi-class. Probably not going to be fast in the NXT or the F4s, but I do have fun in the Formula cars. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. If you're curious about any of the paint schemes, everything I've shown you is on Trading Paints without the Broken A Motorsports and the YouTube tag. Cars I post on there for other people to run. Of course, I take that off because I know they don't want them on their cars. So, but anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. And as always, I will see y'all in the next one.